Hi everyone, so this is the weekly energy reading for the week beginning 14th of January 2019, and we begin with an Aries moon. So in my opinion, starting off the week for most people with an Aries moon is really quite a good thing, because Aries is back to the beginning of the zodiac wheel and it's all about go-getting, passion. It can be anger as well, so you need to be aware of that, because when Aries, when it's moon in Aries rather, it's, you know, it's your feelings. So it does mean that you would be feeling more hot under the collar or passionate about something. So definitely, you know, if there were crosswords, they would bound to be worse during an Aries moon. So always watch with that. And then of course there's always, it's a bit of a stereotype, but people can tend to be a little bit more moody on a Monday because it is connected to the moon. So, right, anyway, that's why I don't really agree with people starting the week on a Monday. It seems a bit crazy. Right, and that's why I don't. Mondays are my day off. So Aries moon, what you got for us? So this is going to be, I'm going to pull two cards and they're going to reflect Monday, Tuesday's energy. And of course this week is the week prior or leading up to the big full moon lunar eclipse in Leo. So that's exciting. Wow, and there's, oh, that card always annoys me because it's like, what the hell does that mean? Right, anyway. So we've got gracefully aging for the Monday. So I'm feeling with this, I feel it's about, right, okay, Spirit drawn me to a postcard on my wall that says, enjoy every moment. And I feel what's coming up with this is it's that feeling of just enjoy where you're at now. The card I channeled for today's daily energy on my Facebook page and Instagram, Crystal Clear Visions. If you don't follow me, go and find it. It was all about opening your heart to divine love and acceptance. And I channeled something about, you know, really just accept who you are now. Like, warts and all, you're perfectly imperfect. It's just like today, I don't know what my hair's doing, but I just kind of thought, do you know what? You don't need to do your hair perfect every day. I could just have a bit of a lazy day and chuck it in a pleat and wear a cosy jumper, because that's what I felt like. And I'm kind of feeling like there's a lot going on because I'm filming for Monday right now. I'm feeling there's a lot going on with the solar plexus on Monday, a lot to do with big feelings arising, and I feel it's to do with taking big leaps of faith. Yep, it is, because that was the other card that I pulled for today was, you know, leap first and the universe will catch you. So there is this pendant, there's a feeling of, if you're not quite ready to take action now, it's because, whether you know it or not, your soul's preparing you to do something big around the Leo full moon. Because I would always, I'd encourage somebody to take a big action around the Leo full moon, because Leo moon is for shining, it's for the actor, it's for being in the spotlight. And yeah, and it's like, so it would be silly not to really, wherever the Leo lands in your chart, it would be silly not to kind of grab that opportunity. So that's funny, I don't normally say silly, but that's coming through there. So yeah, really, I feel that there's a bit of nerves coming up for people around whatever it is they're planning to do, whether it's having an authentic conversation from the heart, because that would be Leo as well, just following your heart and not overthinking it and just saying what you mean, coming from a good place. Or it could be that you're going to do something brave work-wise, or really sort of step out your comfort zone, or it could be that you're just speaking your voice in some other kind of way about, hey, this is who I am, world. So I don't know, but I'm feeling a lot of that. So I feel there's a lot of weird shit to get from gracefully aging, but I do feel, yeah, there is something about, like, not dwelling too much on, I mean, hopefully, you know, people tuning in, you know, there's not too many people like that, but there definitely are people in the world that are really bothered about growing older and, oh no, like, time slipping away and stuff. Just focus on the now. The now moment is all that matters. And when you radically love yourself, like, you know, radical love acceptance, when you just love yourself exactly as you are, you will just age gracefully, because you won't really kind of care. And it's like, you know, I sometimes kind of like, well, what age am I? Like, I forget if I'm like 34 or 35 already, and it's because I don't really care. Like, I love who I am, where I am, and where my life is heading, and I'm just accepting everything in the now moment, and life's a lot easier. That's kind of heavy, but that's what we've got for Aries moon. And so, right, so on the Tuesday, which will now be the Taurus energy, which is a lot slower. So Taurus is slow, steady, You know, it's that kind of sleepy, you know, you want to be quite how I'm feeling, you just feel like you want to be comfortable, you want to um you want to be comfortable and you want to sleep a lot, you want to rest a lot. Grounding is a big thing in Taurus moon as well. It always reminds me of very sort of a naturey feeling. So like, you know, going for a walk on the beach if you're near a beach, or like just somewhere in nature around trees and beauty. Like Taurus is ruled by Venus, so it's all about appreciating whatever you find beautiful as well, comfortable. So yeah, and but I do feel there is the card that I've got for Tuesday is decisions. So there's definitely decisions to be made around Tuesday, and I'm laughing because all of this week on the daily messages, this theme of making a decision has been coming up. So I really do feel there's a lot of people that resonate with the collective messages that I'm channeling about being indecisive or procrastinating on taking action with something. So it's like spirit are just constantly saying, I mean it applies to me too, but it's constantly just pointing out that, you know, this is important, and if you don't make a decision about the way you want life to head, like the universe will just make up your mind for you. So, and it's kind of like you don't want that to happen. You know, sometimes that can work out well, but sometimes it's not so well, and you'll get thrown some lessons because you weren't making your mind up. So, you know, I really would encourage you to just, whatever it is that came up for you when I said that about making a decision, like just really sit with yourself and tune in. What is it that I'm procrastinating about here? Like, can you just take action on it? Because if I put this video out, I'll try and put this video out prior to Monday, and basically Sunday really, or Monday would be a good day to take action on it because it's Aries moon. That's what I'm going to say. Or you can wait till the Leo full moon, whatever resonates for you. They're both fire signs, they're both about taking action. Right. So this is the cards for Wednesday, Thursday. So Wednesday it'll be Taurus moon. Thursday should be into the Gemini moon by now. So the card for Wednesday. Oh wow, love that card. That card came up quite a lot right before Christmas. So the Miriam, and actually I felt real uncomfortable feeling in my throat chakra, like a blockage there. So I do feel there's a lot about authentic communication coming up. And I tell you what, now wait a minute, I've totally forgot. Is Mercury? No, Mercury's in Capricorn. I was going to say Mercury's in Capricorn, but Venus is in Sag. So I think those two elements of the blunt directness of the communication planet Mercury being in Capricorn, and the also blunt and direct and humanist, playful, lighter side of Venus and Sagittarius, I think that could help communications be a bit lighter, because when Venus was in Scorpio, it was all very all or nothing and very intense and like almost too deep for people. So, you know, I think that communications, particularly if it's anything to do with around matters of the heart, will be a lot easier. Do you know what I mean? You can kind of be a bit more playful about it rather than quite intense. So I do feel there's stuff like that coming up, and definitely to do with sacred partnerships or any kind of soulmate relationships, any of these labels that you resonate with. I'm not a fan of using labels, but I say that because we have the Miriam sacred vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. And of course it's got the two women that, well, let's face it, look like twins. So, and then that's quite interesting too, because we're also on the next day, because this is a card for Wednesday, we will be going into, oh, I've just realised something too. This is the 16th, so this is the Tower card. And it's funny because I was actually going to mention the Tower card with whatever I was talking about before. That it's like, you know, if you don't make a decision, then life can kind of force you into a Tower moment. So that really does feel very accurate now. And that's really quite scary how I'm just channeling that, because I wasn't being conscious of the fact until I looked at the calendar that the Wednesday is the 16th, and the 16 is the Tower card in the tarot. So yeah, I really would encourage you to make that decision, because Wednesday could bring some real life-changing things your way. That again, I'm not a fan of saying good and bad, it's just it is what it is. So this can be really amazing things, it can be things that you wouldn't have chose for yourself, but ultimately I really see the Tower energy as things only fall away that were built on a rocky foundation anyway. So, and I feel because we're still in the sort of eclipse tunnel, as I would call it, from the other one, and I'm just, it's totally, Capricorn, it's totally escaped my mind what the new moon was. The Capricorn new moon and then we're building up to this big dramatic Leo lunar eclipse full moon, which I believe there won't be one for like another, you know, I can't remember how many years, but it's like decades. So is that right? Actually, maybe it's not decades. Maybe it's 3 years. Oh, anyway, I'm not gonna. I've got all mixed up on that one. But yeah, it's a dramatic and an intense energy that I'm feeling. And then it does mean that on the Thursday there's something here about, you know, choosing to forgive in order to heal. So I do feel there's a lot of forgiveness here. So maybe it's about that decision is around like making a decision or the choice to forgive a situation that you've been holding on to for too long, or a person that you really need to forgive now in order to move forward. There's something around that for someone that's watching, or a few people, and just really trying to see the best in everyone, because this says see the light in all, and remember that love has no boundaries. So if you do feel that you've been hard done by, it's really just about, even if it's really really hard for you to forgive a person or a situation, do it for yourself, because holding on to anger, blame, guilt, pain, it eats away at your soul. So I would really always encourage you to try to let things go. I know it's always easier said than done, but that's everything that came out there. So and right, now we are right. Now I was going to choose 3 cards. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So Friday. Oh, and actually, so that card that I just showed you there for the Sacred Vision, that's the 17th. So the 17th is the Star card, and that's about hope and optimism and positivity. So that's good. And then just as I said that, for the Friday, the 18th, which is the moon in the tarot, which is all about intuition, and this is now Gemini moon, we have believe in yourself. So that's really lovely, that it feels like, you know, there's a bit of a tower moment, a bit of a shaking you up to wake you up, a real awakening energy there. But that's going to be happening for a long long time, because Uranus is in the high degrees of Aries, and that's planet of excitement, shock, surprises, awakening. And then of course in a couple of months Uranus will be going into the sign of Taurus, which I believe is awakening, coming to the to Earth, to wake up the masses, really, to get, you know, sorry, I can't not be heavy about that. That's just what's happening, and I keep channeling that. It's already happening though. So we've definitely got, believe in yourself for the Friday, and then nature has come up for the Saturday, which is the 19th, which is the Sun card, which a lot of people believe is the best card in the pack. So I feel the nature to me is saying, and it's a Cancer moon, so that's always very sensitive and emotional. I'm actually recording this in a Pisces moon, and that's very sensitive and emotional. And to be honest, I'm filming this on Saturday. Sorry, I'm not filming it on Saturday. I'm filming it on Friday the 11th, and today is a huge awakening energy because it's a number 11 day, and it's 11-1. So it's, you know, it's the triple ones, which are about manifestation, instant manifestation. So, you know, if I do, well, I think I'm gonna upload this after Friday, but I hope that you kept your thoughts positive, and you tuned into the daily Instagram and Facebook message, because I wrote that in today's message. But yeah, I do feel about Saturday with this Cancer moon going on right before the full moon in Leo. So we're pretty much, you know, I think 2 to 3 days before and after a full moon are just as potent as the full moon energy. So this is going to be a little bit of a repeat of the Cancer full moon, which was around the 20th or the 21st of December there, right before Christmas, which I found incredibly emotional. A lot of emotion came up there, for it was a big purging moment, and I do feel that might be repeated again on the Saturday. And I'm really feeling like there's another more complicated astrological explanation for that, but it's not coming to me just now, because I mostly channel the astrological energy. I really do need to go and check back daily to know I'm not totally clued up on it all. But yeah, but I can feel it, that for whatever reason, the Saturday the 19th, it's a high energy day. But remember, I would remind you that the 19th is the Sun card. So I think ultimately this is going to be a good thing. But the nature card to me is about grounding yourself, and it's quite interesting because look, there's lightning. So it's like, you know, thunder and lightning kind of does depict a bit of drama. And I looked at the 144 on the timer there when I said that. Well, it just passed it, but that's what they were drawing me to. Right, so finally, the Sunday the 20th, is, well, the sun enters Aquarius, and also it's again right before the full moon on the Monday, so it's like 99% full and Cancer full moon, and of course the moon is ruled by Cancer, so again Saturday, Sunday, 19th to 20th, very intuitive psychic time, a lot like the weekend that I'm recording this in because we're in Pisces moon. Any of the water sign moons, incredibly psychic. Other placements are too, but we're all psychic. If you don't feel you are, you just haven't tapped into it yet, or perhaps you're just choosing not to. It's not everybody's thing. What have we got for Sunday? Interesting. Another card that I'm always like, what does that mean? So, look through the situation. So, for the Sunday, I really do feel, oh, and that's when I say that, that's spirit coming in even stronger. So, yeah, I really do feel that it's you've to use the moon in Cancer's very strong, potent energy. Like, again, it wouldn't even matter if it was the day before a full moon. A moon in Cancer would always be an incredibly psychic, intuitive time. And with Neptune in Pisces right now as well, especially where it's hitting my chart, it's hitting my Pisces energy in the 4th house, so it's making me even more intuitive, and it's kind of, well, that's funny, I don't usually I would normally always choose to say psychic over intuitive. There's something about that, there's something about changing your perspective, or you might have done something you might have been one way for a long time, and then it's about change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. Wayne Dyer, one of my favourite spiritual teachers, and that's what this is. That was interesting the way they done that, but the way that worked out is that I normally always say psychic over intuitive, and I said intuitive, so it's weird. But there is something about on the Sunday there, really tuning into that very psychic, intuitive, whatever you choose to say, same thing, energy, to make your decisions. If you haven't already made that decision, or the universe hasn't made it for you midweek, really tune into that, and then tune into the visionary, forward thinking energy of the sun going into Aquarius now, and you could really come up with some amazing ideas to push your life forward in the direction that you want it to go. Wow. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this weekly reading. If you'd like to book your own personal session, then please email me at claireverything@gmail.com, or you can private mail me on the Crystal Clear Visions page. But email's probably better now, actually, because it just is. Until I get my booking system set up, which actually by the time this goes out, look below in the link below, and it might be, hopefully will be there. And what else did I want to say? If you're interested in doing any of my 8-week groups, we've got a root chakra intensive, which I would say, I've had some inquiries about that, but it's not for people that don't know anything at all about the chakras, or are total newbies. It's root chakra intensive, so it's for people that are know enough about the chakras, and they're really ready to go in deep, because I'll screen people, like I'll have calls with people, and spirit let me know, and if I can feel it's not going to be beneficial for you at this time, like basically I'm not just going to let anyone join, and a lot of people would, because they're like, right, it's money, but I'm really not like that. If I get the feeling that it's not the right time for you, then I will say, but then there's been a couple of people that have inquired, and it has been that actually I could see that just dipping their toe in the water with one of my other sessions would be good, and then maybe like when I do it next year, or when later on in the year, that would be a good time. The chakra discovery, that's a good one for newbies, because that's just going into all the basics of the chakras in my own way, and I do things like I'll talk about crystals related to the chakras, I'll talk about colours related to the chakras, I will do and it's just basically I'll pull cards and channeling, and meditations, healing meditations. So it's lovely. It's a bit like group counselling, actually. I've found these when I've done it before. And then finally, my other group that will be going out, possibly around the full moon in Leo, depending on how many people, but that is my intention, so hopefully enough people are interested so you can run it then, and that will be about teaching about the clairs, spiritual hygiene, So it escapes my mind. What else? Chakras, crystals. I think there might have been something else that I'm missing. And I will be doing one-off workshops for a lot of these things as well for other people that don't want to do it all together and they just want to do it bit by bit. And yeah, I think that's it. So again, and also Spirit are really encouraging me to let people know about my channeled, basically my psychic astrology empowerment sessions are very much my own thing. Like I say, I know a lot about astrology, but the majority of the astrology that I talk about is completely channeled. So, you know, sometimes I'll say things on the weekly readings especially, and then I go back and look and I'm like, oh my god, like exactly what I was saying was totally in line with all the conjunctions and the Grand Cross, whatever else was going on that day, but I hadn't actually looked and I didn't know knowledge-wise, so I kind of really like that. I just think it's quite cool. And so that's very much how my psychic astrology empowerment session goes. I know a lot about astrology and I can just channel the energy of, by knowing about a lot about the signs and a lot about the houses, I can channel a lot of the energy. And I'm of the opinion now, after doing this for a couple of years, that it kind of, there's a lots of different types of astrology and it kind of really doesn't matter to me what type you use. I think when you use a bit of everything, you can still come up with the wrong answer, and the reason the right answer, sorry, the whatever that means, but you know, it's still basically what I'm saying is I've never done one of those charts and it hasn't resonated with someone. So and once there's an example that I can give that kind of blew my mind. That it was a friend of mine, her flatmate had given me she'd given me her date of birth and her time, right, and I looked it up and I told her all this stuff, and you know, she was just like, oh my god, that really makes sense and everything. And then for whatever reason I said, oh yeah, you know, and I said October and she said no, November. So she'd given me like I had heard her wrong basically, and I put in her details wrong, but what I told her from that wrong chart, every bit of it resonated. And then when I put in the right one, it resonated a bit, but it didn't resonate as much. So what does that tell you? It's not, I'm not like token astrologer that has studied it for like 20 years and kind of knows. Definitely not if they're more left brain orientated and studied it all in a kind of more, I don't know, practical way, because I'm just not very left brain orientated at all. It's kind of like, I don't really know how to explain it other than that. It's literally me using my very psychic gift to tap in and to channel the energy of the chart, because really these are just tools. Like Spirit tell me all the time, I don't really need to use the cards or an astrology chart or anything. Before I stepped into this professionally, I used to just read people's souls. Like, you know, a lot of times I'd be having a conversation with friends or people I've just met, a lot of times randoms at bus stops, and I would tell them exactly what they needed to hear, because I get used as a clear channel, because my name's Claire, it's kind of the clues in the name. But you don't need to be called Claire for that to happen. Like I said in the last video, I believe we're all used as channels, we just don't always realise it. It took me a while to work that one out as well. So, and I've got an itchy nose, which means Spirit are coming in strong again. I think I'm just going to pull one more card for, what do we need to know for the energy this week again? But it really just is about this week is about preparing for the full moon lunar eclipse in Leo. That's what they're telling me. But yeah, if you want to book any of those things that I've spoke about, then get in touch and give us one more card for the week beginning the 14th of January. What do you want us to know? White Eagle, Ancestor Spirit. Connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. Wow, I just got chills. I'm glad I was drawn to pull one more card. That feels very in line with what I pulled yesterday. When I was doing my membership group yesterday, I actually pulled the card Mother Healing. And then I spoke a lot about mother healing and the feminine energy of the collective. But also that can be mirrored as in you having personal experience with your either your mother, your father, or motherly figures, fatherly figures, or just females in your life, men in your life. It'll be all different. Or it could be balancing for a lot of people the masculine and the feminine energy within yourself, and then that having an impact on the relationships in your life, particularly the romantic relationships in your life, because it's really key that we all get that balance of the feminine being energy and doing masculine energy balance within ourselves, and then we attract who's right for us in our life at that time. High vibe and all that. But yeah, what I'm feeling is there's a lot going on. Like I say, in this week that I'm filming this on the 11th of January, this is a huge day for family stuff coming up, and healing the masculine and the feminine energy on the planet. But I feel collectively, again, this week is going to be a huge week of that. So, and let's hope that the lunar eclipse full moon in Leo is going to be a huge part of that as well, because Leo is all about following your heart and love and childlike play and everything. So I do feel there'll be a lot of love and light, and I'm not really a fan of that phrase, but you know what I mean. It's like, it's yeah, there will be a lot of love and light flooding into the planet to heal a lot of family patterns, and that can be like limiting beliefs that you've been holding on to. Like perhaps you were told, or you were, you know, kind of, it was influenced upon you that money doesn't grow on trees, or it's the root of all evil, or you know, things like that. And I feel that there's a lot of people really getting in touch with that source energy, that way of consciousness, that actually that isn't true, and that, you know, money is just energy, and actually it's source that supplies us with what we need. And I do feel, and again, some people might be like, what are you talking about? But I think people that are ready to get into that place, I do feel, and it wouldn't just be just to do things to do with money, because it's actually not just about money, it's about worthiness and valuing yourself and boundaries and everything. But I do feel there's a lot going on around healing limiting beliefs that you've carried your whole life, and it's time to drop them now and to step into who you came here to be. Wow. Right, anyway, I'm going to end this here, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.